Now that we established that we can use Poisson distribution for this sum of Bernoulli trials, what about defense, right? Now that's the question. If we use just the attack strength, then we're going to look at how many goals a team scores. But what about the defense? How can we take account of defense? We can use XGA for that. So how much XG, how many chances you let your opponent create is kind of your weakness at defense. And of course, as I told you with the Paraguay and Turkey match, I don't believe that's a perfect approximation, but that's the kind of norm to use XGA as an approximation of defense, which is why I also blend it with the actual score. And how do we use XGA as a defense strength? We scale the XG of, like, we scale your attack strength by the defense strength of the other team. So if the other team has a defense strength that is below 1, then your attack strength is automatically scaled down. And then we do the same thing to the opposing team. We scale down their attack by your defense strength. So the lower the defense strength, the lower the XGA, the better for you. And then we put them into a Poisson and we calculate how many goals we think you're gonna score. And usually this is done to also like average the home. And usually in league games, they also look at whether you're a home team or an away team. But in this case, that doesn't matter. In the World Cup, every team is playing in Mexico, US, or Canada, not their home. But that doesn't matter in this case, of course, because there's no home or away teams anymore. This is World Cup, and we're gonna take a tournament average instead of a home and away average. And then once we can assign probabilities to the number of goals that a team scores, we can come up with this score grid. And then we can give probabilities to 1-0, 0-1, 2-1, and all that. And then we're going to use that to see whether Spain wins or England wins in this case, for example. So the England's win probability would be wherever England's score is greater than Spain, and Spain's win probability wherever Spain's score is greater than England. And draw probability is right around this 45-degree line. If you add up 25%, 11%, 1%, then you're gonna get your draw probability. Once we have probabilities assigned to every match, why can't we just calculate the title probability of a team? It's because it gets really complicated whenever you have a tournament. There is so many ways this tree can go. Even with just like 2 games here, we see there's 4 different possibilities. And when it comes to 31 different games, then you have 2 million or 2 billion distinct paths. And you can't really assign a probability to every single path. It gets really computationally difficult. So instead of calculating every single path and assigning a probability to them, we do a simulation, what we call a Monte Carlo simulation. And how do we do that? We just take a square from the scoreline with the probability that that square has, right? And then we keep repeating that 20,000 times in this case. And then we hope that your probability is going to converge to a certain value that if we simulate more, it doesn't really matter. And that probability should be close by law of large numbers to the theoretical probability we would calculate from the decision tree, right? So that's why we use a simulation, because it's computationally much easier.